Okay, welcome everyone. I'll open the meeting at 3 o'clock. The agenda for the Shire of Perenjori Ordinary Meeting of Council to be held on Thursday, the 27th of November 2025 at the Shire of Perenjori Council Chambers, commencing at 3 p.m. In accordance with R14L of the Local Government Regulations 1996, this meeting will be recorded and made publicly available on the Shire's website with the publication of meeting minutes. As per the Shire of Perenjori policy number 1021, I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting, the Budimai people. It is a privilege to be standing on Budimai country. If you'd like to join me for the prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, now and forever. Amen. I acknowledge the pioneers who settled this country, developed the land, and turned it into the productive country we know today. So we have our elected members, staff here. No distinguished guests. Members of the public, we have Mrs. Patty King, a leave of absence, none, and apologies from Councillor Daniel Bradford. Do we have any other apologies? No? Okay. All right. Public question time. Response to questions taken on notice, of which we have none. And questions without notice, of which we have none either, I don't think. Mrs. King, do you have any questions? I can't see you. Okay, all right. Item 6, the applications for leave of absence is for any requests for any future meetings. Councillor Hepworth?
I'll be in the next December meeting.
December meeting. So the Councillor Hepworth granted leave of absence for the meeting of, I think it's the 18th of December.
Yeah.
Moved by Councillor Hepworth. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Campbell. All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, item 7, confirmation of minutes of previous meeting for, we'll go with the special meeting of council on the 23rd of October 2025. Be confirmed as true and correct. Can I have someone to move the minutes? Councillor Hepworth, thank you. Have a seconder. Councillor Curtin. Councillor Hepworth, would you like to speak to the minutes? Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak? Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Do I have the minutes of the ordinary meeting? Or is it all in it together?
No, so we've done special. That's ordinary now. Jump page.
(7.2).
Yep.
All right. Item 7.2. The minutes of the ordinary meeting of council held on the 23rd of October. Have someone to move those minutes, please. Councillor Fraser, seconded Councillor Campbell. Councillor Fraser, any comment? Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Seem to have lost the bits. All right. Yep. Announcements by presiding member without discussion, which I have none. Petitions, deputations and presentations, we don't have any. Announcements of matters for which meeting may be closed, which will come a little bit later for our confidential items and late item. The number for those? 16.2 and 16.2 is the confidential item, and the late confidential item is 21.1 and 21.2. Please. And declarations of interest for the meeting. I have one myself for the confidential item, the 16.1. If you do have one during the meeting, please let me know. All right. 12.2, schedule of financial activity for the period ended 31st of October 2025. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Dring, seconder. Councillor Fraser, Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Fraser, no. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Continue. Item 12.3, amendments to fees and charges schedule for the Jim Swipe card bond. And I have someone to move the item. Councillor Dring, seconder. Councillor Hepworth. Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Hepworth?
No.
No? Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. 12.4, amendment to fees and charges schedule, the portable toilet hire. I have someone to move that item, please. Councillor Curtin, seconded Councillor Fraser. Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak to the item? No. Councillor Fraser. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. The 12.5, the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee. Councillor Hepworth.
Pen standing orders.
Yes. Yes, Councillor Hepworth to suspend standing orders. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Campbell. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you.
We just want to go through it a bit, I suppose.
Yep. So, yeah, there's a couple of things there. So we obviously have to stick with our terms of reference in how the selection appointment is. So for the new councillors, up to now, in our audit committee, everyone's been on the audit committee, but now we have to have an independent person that comes and chairs those committee meetings, and we need to find someone. I think there's been a lot, like governments are finding it quite difficult to find someone to come into your area and chair the meetings. It can't be an elected member, and it can't be an elected member from another local government. So that sort of narrows the bucket a little bit. But we will go through an expression of interest process, and we might find someone in the community, hopefully, that we can call in.
So sort of, they can be anyone, as long as they're not a member of another council or, okay, yeah.
I mean, they should have some financial skills.
That's right, with a bit of experience or background, yeah.
So, you know, perhaps a retired councillor from another local government, someone with a bit of an accounting background. So, yeah.
That's Woolley, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously, but we still sit in on it, but we just got someone else to chair the meeting, do we? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I'd like to discuss is probably the fee. With the maximum is $450.
Yes.
I think so. We can state a fee up to $450. I personally think 200 is probably a bit low, but happy for some discussion on that, especially if someone's travelling from a reasonable distance, and it's it's probably an hour of their time, I guess. It's not a long meeting, but it's still 2 or 3 hours out of their day that they need to probably put aside for attending a meeting, and that would be twice a year?
I think it's 3 meetings.
Three times a year?
Whereas required.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I tend to think 200 is nowhere near enough. I mean, we get better
People
than
don't
5 people anyway. I mean, I like 400. I think it's a fair figure, but.
Yep.
We're also going to have to find 2 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
In case they're one week.
Okay.
Can't make it.
Can't, yeah.
Such,
Yeah.
So you have a presiding delegate and then a deputy presiding delegate. Any other questions? Do you?
No, so we go to expressions of interest and then see we take it from there, do we?
Yeah.
And do we know when the first audit meeting is, or?
Oh, well, I don't think it kicks until next
It'll
September.
be
next week.
February when the audit committee will have to review our section 17 audit. So it'll be late February 26, I think.
And worst case scenario, if you don't get any expression of interest, what would happen then if we don't?
Well, we might be able to see.
We can't run the committee.
No.
You've got to have someone independent.
Okay.
So
Hopefully it doesn't happen, but yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yep.
When I have read other local governments were appointing people out of Perth and all sorts of different ways of getting them, but someone local would be pretty handy.
Right. Any other questions? No? Can I presume standing orders? Let's have someone to do that. Councillor Hepworth, no seconder. Councillor Campbell, all in favour. So if we go back to the item, can someone move or amend the item, please? Councillor Hepworth.
Yeah, can I move it with an amendment to part 3 that the sitting fee becomes $400?
Yep. I have a seconder to that. Councillor Campbell. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. How you going there, Bobby? You okay?
Good to remember, yes, 12.1, Mr. Parents.
Right. What did you come with? I think having people with numbers. 12.1.
Yep. Just before the June one.
Okay.
You got solved one of yours?
I think so.
I've got a bit high, Johnny.
I've got it in mind.
Okay, got 5 points.
So 12.2.
Yeah, I was financial.
12-2 with you.
We did 12.2, but not
Sorry, we did do 12.3.
So we didn't
this
do,
bit.
we did 12.1, but not 12.2.
No, we didn't do 12-2. Or we did do 12-1.
Okay. So Bobby, 12.2. Is that right?
But 12.2 is moved by Councillor Drink, seconded by Councillor Fraser, and it's motion to see there
Big 12.2.
That was 4-1.
and then last one is 2.
Yeah, 12-1 was moved Councillor Dring, seconded Councillor Fraser. 12-2 we skipped.
Okay.
We can go back.
All right. So we'll go back to 12.2, which is the schedule of financial activity for the period ended the 31st of October, which are all the payments that have gone out for that month. Can I have someone to move that motion, please? Councillor Hepworth. Seconded, Councillor Fraser. Councillor Hepworth, would you like to speak? Councillor Fraser?
No.
Anyone against the item? No, all in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you, sorry for the confusion. Now, where am I up to? On the Audit and Risk Committee. 13, sorry. The Community Development and Services.
No, there's no further.
Yeah.
15. 15.1.
15.1, the proposed rail loading facility, the CBH Perenjori North Grain Receival Site. Can I have someone to move the item, or Councillor Curtin? Second the item. Councillor Fraser. Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Fraser? No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Go to 15.2 is the pharmacy services in Perenjori next year, hopefully. Can I have someone to move the item? Councillor Fraser, the seconder. Councillor Campbell. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item?
No.
Councillor Campbell.
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. The 15.3, the Register of Delegations reviewed for 25-26. Can I have someone just to suspend the item? Councillor Campbell as seconder, please. Councillor Fraser, all in favour? Carried 6-0. I thought it was worth just an explanation of what this is. If you go onto the website, Register of Delegation is a very long item of what council delegates to our CEO, and then our CEO delegates from there. It covers everything and everything. Maybe I'll pass it just to explain. Can you have a quick summary?
Yes, so it covers a whole range of issues under 2 or 3 different pieces of legislation, but they're primarily powers that are given to the council, which for administrative reason you then pass on to me, so that they can be dealt with more quickly and more effectively. And then each year, technically, we're supposed to review that list, make sure council is still comfortable with what they've delegated. So during the course of this year, we haven't done any new delegations, and we haven't returned any delegations from me back to you. So the list is essentially the same as it was a year ago, but it is quite substantial. I think we did have this reviewed about 3 years ago by a consultant, Hannah, somebody, who came and did an external review of it, and so it's actually in fairly reasonable condition.
Any questions? Can I get someone to resume standing orders? Councillor Campbell, seconder. Councillor Hepworth. All in favour? Carried 6-0. And so can I put the item, have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Dring, seconded. Councillor Campbell. Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Campbell.
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Item 15.4, the future of Latham Hall. Can I have, yes, Councillor.
Suspend standing orders.
Yes, can I have a seconder? Councillor Hepworth, all in favour? Carried 6-0.
Yes, just looking at the like the resolutions there. So obviously, like spend the money, or look at actually setting off the land, setting off the hall. Yep.
Yeah, so that's the first option that we're recommending is that we go through an expression of interest
Yes.
process to see if there's either a community group or someone in the private sector that wants to purchase it.
Yep.
So we don't have to purchase it first.
No.
We've got an agreement with Landgate that we can offer it for sale, and then if we do get a buyer, we can go
We do our bid. Okay, do our bid.
and I'll
Yes.
sell it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Any other questions about that or discussion? No? All right, can I have someone to resume standing orders? Councillor Campbell, seconder, Councillor Fraser. Are all in favour? Carried 6-0. And the item, can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Campbell, seconded Councillor Hepworth. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak to the item?
No, thank you.
Councillor Hepworth?
Oh, I'd just like to say it's been an ongoing thing. I don't think we take any great pleasure in doing this, but it's also something that has to be done. And yeah, that's about it.
Yep. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Move on to item 15.5 is the application for Regional Housing Support Fund, which we might get to suspend standing orders a little bit too to get some explanation. Councillor Campbell?
Yes, nice please suspend standing orders.
Yes, and seconder, Councillor Fraser. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Just a quick thing.
Sure. So this fund has been promised for about 12 months and it came out about 3 weeks ago. So it's a difficult fund to get money out of. It's only a small bucket, 25 million across the whole state. So you have to do something a bit different. It's a minimum of 3 homes. So the only way we could achieve it was to partner with our neighbours. So we're partnering with Carnamar, Mininu and Three Springs. And most of us are planning to do either 2x1s or 2x2s. So I think there's going to be 9 or 10 houses in the application. We've got a grant writer preparing it at the moment and we're just finalising costing on it. So from our point of view, the application is going in for 2x1s. So at the moment we have an imbalance of houses versus single person's accommodation. So the idea is to try and get some of the single people out of houses into 2x1s. So we've got 2 lots around on John Street, 7 and 12, which are both, I think they're a bit over 1,050 square metres. So both of those are capable of taking 2 2-1s. So that's the base of our application. It's a 50-50. So we'll have to come up with half the cost. It's not fully costed yet, in the process of doing it. But I think the building costs on the 2-1s from modular are about 200,000 without any site or turnkey costs. So they'll probably be closer to 270, 280 each, I would think. And obviously we haven't got a strategy to fund it yet, other than we're waiting for the outcome of the sale of our 3 private homes. In the event we get the grant, we will need to find half of probably 600-ish to 700-ish.
Yes, just to clarify, if we were successful with the grant funding, we'd get say 300,000 and we'd have to contribute the other 300 if we're successful with the 2 houses.
Yep. So we probably need to sell at least 2 of the 3 houses we've got up at the moment.
Yep.
I think we've only got a small amount of money left in our housing reserve fund. We'd be into next year's budget, so we'll have the opportunity to look at it then. But obviously finding 300 in the budget would be challenging.
Yes. But like so we can just wait to see if we're successful with the grant funding first.
Yeah, well, we'll have the sale of the houses completed before then.
Yes.
So those offers come back to council on the 18th of December. So we should have that tidied up by February, and we'll know the outcome of how much we got out of those three.
So would we proceed without the grant?
Well, that's probably a decision for council down the track. I mean, it would depend if you sold all three homes and what you got for them.
Yeah. We should be fairly, well, you'd hope we'd be successful, but
Yeah. I think as a strategy, probably us spending our own money on more houses isn't a great idea. We need to get some leverage or have Grow or someone else paying a substantial lease for them, because the rent returns a long way from what it's costing you to
Yeah,
build.
maintenance wise, yeah.
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 So you really need some external funding to make it work. And I think this fund will be heavily oversubscribed, so it's likely they'll roll it out again quickly, I think.
Is the housing like a low income people in the community? Was that my impression of it, or is it subsidised? Yeah.
No, so the priorities in this housing were essential workers, childcare workers. I can't remember the other categories, but basically the application that we're writing, or the story we're telling them, is that they are for the red staff, whether that eventuates or not. But the argument we're putting is that we've got red staff in homes that could otherwise be occupied by a family, and they're better suited to 2 by 1. Whether or not we do that after you get the money, we'd have to work through that.
so when does the house that we're selling, when is that going to come to the council? Or
Next month.
next
Yeah.
month? Yeah.
So they've got till the end of the month to get us their offers. We've got 2 or 3. So we'll bring that up, on the 18th.
I have the impression they're all going to tender, so or put an expression of interest in. So
Yeah, all of them indicated they would. So yeah.
so that's a good thing.
Any other questions? Can I resume standing orders, please? Councillor Campbell, can I have a seconder? Councillor Dring, all in favour? Carried 6-0. So I'll put the motion. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Curtin, seconder. Councillor Hepworth. Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak to the item? No. Councillor Hepworth. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Item 15.6 is the Local Emergency Management Committee minutes, which was held on the 28th of October. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Campbell, seconder. Councillor Fraser. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Fraser?
No.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. The 15.7, the status reports of council decisions for November 2025. A running table of the last meeting or two. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Hepworth, seconder. Councillor Curtin. Councillor Hepworth, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Curtin? No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. We go on to item 16, which is confidential reports. Can I just get someone to move that we accept that the meeting be closed to members of the public at 3:29, please? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Campbell, all in favour? Carried 6-0. And I will leave the room as well.
So in the absence of our deputy president, could I have someone move that someone chair this item? Or move that he chairs.
Councillor Hepworth.
Second that.
Move councillor Fraser, second councillor Campbell. Any objections? None? 5-0. Thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Right, yep. So item 16.2, would everyone happy to go ahead?
Yep.
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 Rightio, can I have someone move 16.2, councillor Fraser, seconder? Councillor Curtin. Anyone who'd like to speak to the motion?
No, but all deserving.
Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak?
No.
Anyone against the motion? All those in favour? 5-0.
So you also just need to move that one there, that the decision stays in embargo until the 26th of January. So we've done the item. Yeah, I don't need to move that one there. The council endorses.
I don't have that one. Right, can I have a mover that the council endorses the decision to award the Community Citizen of the Year awards. The decision of council will be embargoed until the 26th of January 2026. Can I have someone move the motion, please? Councillor Fraser, second councillor Dream. You like to speak to the motion?
No.
Councillor Dream, no. Anyone against the motion? All those in favour? 5-0.
And last but not least, return standing orders and the
Right, can I have someone move that motion, please? Councillor Curtin, second councillor Fraser. All those in favour? 5-0. Thank you.
I'm going to say those doors for this one.
Oh, that's what we have to.
We're up to 17.
Ordering upon the seal?
None.
Yes, none. Reports of committees and members? None. Motions of which previous notice has been given? None.
That one you wanted the
Oh, not notice of motions, that one?
Oh, sorry, you've got
Yep. Number
Sorry.
20, notice of motions?
Yep.
Yes. I would like to just raise that when we did the committees at our meeting in October, normally there would be a second deputy delegate for the regional road group, the North Midlands sub-regional road group, and we only actually nominated one deputy delegate, and I think it's really important to have two backups for that particular committee. I think Councillor Dring with the delegate and Councillor Fraser with deputy delegate. So I would like to ask that we nominate a second deputy delegate for that particular committee, and I would like to nominate Councillor Hepworth, if that's at all possible.
That's fine.
Yes. Okay. All right. Do I need someone to move that? Don't I? Yes. Can I have someone to move that motion? Councillor Dring, and the seconder, please. Councillor Curtin. Councillor Dring. Do you have
No.
comment? No. Councillor Curtin. No. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you, Councillor Hepworth. New business of an urgent nature admitted by council, and this would be our late item. We go to the tenders that we've received, 21.1 we'll start with. Now I have to have someone to accept the late confidential item 21.1, please. Councillor Fraser and the seconder, Councillor Campbell. All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, we'll move on to the confidential late item 21.1. Can I have someone to suspend standing orders? Please, Councillor Kepworth, seconder. Councillor Dring. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. No. All right. Can I get someone to move that we resume standing orders? Councillor Hepworth, seconder. Councillor Campbell. All in favour? Carried 6-0. So can I get someone to move that item, please? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Hepworth. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to item? Councillor Hepworth. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. And then the next confidential late item is item 21.2. And we might do the same again. I get someone to suspend standing orders, please. Councillor Campbell, seconder. Councillor Hepworth, all in favour? All in favour? Councillors? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Can I get someone to resume standing orders, please? Councillor Campbell and seconded Councillor Dring. All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, so I'll put the item. Can I get someone to move the item, please? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Hepworth. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item? Councillor Hepworth. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. I'll just ask someone that we return to standing orders and reopen to the members of the public. Get someone to move that motion, please. Councillor Campbell and Councillor Curtin. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Noel, would you mind seeing if Mrs. King is still sitting out there? All right, thank you. That's it, actually. I've got it. I'll thank you everyone for coming, and I'll close the meeting at 3:52. Next meeting will be held on the 18th of December at 3 p.m. Thanks, everyone.